Alright guys, today what we're going to be doing, we're going to be putting spur or heel straps on my Spurs. So, you can have any kind of Spurs. What you have is you have your inside of your spur, which is this little ring right here. And that's the inside. This is my right spur, sort of like this in my boot. That's the inside. What you're going to do, I've already done this one, but you're going to get you a piece of wire. Get a piece of wire. What you're going to do is you're going to get your piece of wire and you're going to put it end to end and you're going to loop it over like that. Just like that. What you'll do is, this is my left one, I've already done my right one. But that's the inside of my left spur, so what we're going to do, we're going to take one piece of this wire. We're going to go from the front, see here's the back. We're going to go from the front of this button, so this is D, and we're going to pull it tight. What we're going to do is in the front, make sure you always want to go from inside to outside. Because you don't want the sharp edges on the inside. What you're going to do is you're going to loop it over. You're going to loop it over real tight. Like that. See how I looped it over? Like that. What you're going to do is it'll look like this eventually. You're just going to twist it. And take it. And you'll twist. And you just keep twisting. You'll twist all the way until you can either do it where your wire is nothing but twists, or you can do it until it fits to the other side of your spur. I'm going to do it until it fits to the other side of my spur, just because I've done it like that so many times. And that's the way I like to do it. You know, make sure you keep your wire straight as you're twisting it. I like to do is I like to take my loop and I like to take it and I'll put it right here on the table, just like this. And I'll go right there on the table like that. See how I got it? And it just fits on the table and I'll slide it over to where it fits me. And then you'll just keep twisting. Keep twisting. I know just about how long I like to get mine because I've done these spurs a couple times. And so you'll keep twisting until you get to where you make sure you do take in mind. That's why if it's the first time you're doing it with this spur, I would suggest twisting my whole wire. But take in mind your heel size. See, I need a little more twists. And so what I'll do is I'll keep twisting. I'll twist some more. I'll twist some more. And then you've got your twists in. Just a little bit more. And I'll take it and I'll fit it again. will work. And I'll cut off a little extra, just in case. So what I'll do is I'll take the underside of my spur and I'll take it and I'll loop it over and I'll make sure I go into the front of the other side of the button. I'll put both wires, just like that, both wires. And I'll take it and I'll put it just like this in that button. And I'll stick it right between them. And I'll pull it. And then this is my left spur. So I'll just loop it over just like that. Then I'll pull it back to the back of my spur. I'm going to get my good riding pair of boots. This one. Yeah, this one will work. So I'll butt it up to my spur. And then I'll stick my boot on just like this. I'll stick it right there on my boot. And then I'll tighten my spur strap. Put that on top and I'll just slide this around to the bottom. And then I'll pull it a little bit tight. I'll twist it over like that. See, I pull it a little tighter and I'll make sure I can slide it off pretty easy. And then what I'll do is I'll take this tape and I'll wrap it in tape real good, but I'm going to pull it off first. I'll wrap it in tape real good, and then we can, that way it'll kind of bulk it up, that way the wire's not cutting into your boots. But if you do have a sharp edge, you want to take that up real good, just because if it does happen, you don't want to hurt the animal too bad. I mean, your spur might dig into it, but you don't want to cut it or jab it with a piece of wire. So what I'll do is I'll take my tape. I just have white painter's tape because it works good. Duct tape is a little too much. It's too thick, but what I'll do is I'll take it and I'll wrap my tape and I'll just start twisting my tape around. And I'll twist it all the way around. I'll pull it out and I'll just start twisting. What I'll do is I'll leave it kind of loose so I can bunch it up, because it'll make it bulkier with less tape. So you can still see it. You just want to wrap it all the way around. And then I'll leave a little bit and I'll cut that right off. And then I'll put it up like that. See, that made it look pretty. I mean, you can make it look pretty, you can just tighten it up real tight, but I like to leave it a little loose and then I'll bunch it up just so it'll fit better with using less tape like it. And I'll take this edge and then what I'll do is I'll grab my end and I'll wrap it on the piece I stopped off with, and then I'll just go at it again and just keep wrapping. what you'll do, you'll take it, and you'll take it just like you did. Then I'll stick it back through front of that D. Make sure you get both strands in there. Then I'll pull my spur bands out. I'll loop it back around like that, and then I'll stick it to the back of my spurs. And then I'll butt it back up to my boot. Then I'll run it back around. And again, I'll tighten it up a little more, like I did. You want it to be pretty tight. See how I have a little bit of gap right there? But it still doesn't want to come up very easily. And then you'll just pop it over the side, like that. And you just pull it down. And what I'm now going to do is I'm going to cut off a little bit of this extra, not just a whole lot. I'll cut it off about right there. That way I have a little extra. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this tape off right about there. This excess tape. I'm actually going to cut it down here. So I'll cut it, and actually I'm going to mark my spot. Then I'll take it and I'll slice it straight off. Just like that. And I'll rip it off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off. I'm going to unloop it right there, then I'm going to take off the rest of this tape. And then it'll just slide right off. Just like that. And pull it down and unwrap it. Just a little bit. And then you can check and see if you got enough pulled off. And you pull it just, sorry guys, just like this. Then what you'll do is you'll make sure you can get it to go around. You'll stick it in there just like that. Make sure it's still pretty dang tight. My needle nose. What I'll do is I'll take my needle nose, and I'll take it and I'll just loop it over like that. And I'll make sure it's still pretty tight. Need to tighten it up a little bit. There we go. And then it's pretty tight. And so yeah, that is how you put on a spur strap. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I can post more soon.